Okay, I want to show here a couple different ways to push from your web page to your database. So the first one, let me just show it here, is if you want to enter to replace a database value. So in here I'll put like hello. Okay, and I call it my data one. Now if I type something else and write like goodbye, it replaces it. I'll put like yeah. Okay, so it overrides it. So if that's what you want, how do you do that? It's also here on, it's this first option right here on the Google Doc. So we don't have to worry about too much with this. This is just the inputs and the buttons here. So let's see, I'm running it from the input of TB1 and I'm calling replace data function. So if I go down here, replace data, basically I'm getting a string, variable string from TB1, whatever I type in the text box, and I'm doing firebase.database.ref, and then this is what you want to call your node dot set, and then you put in whatever you want here. So like if I put cat, okay, no matter what, now it's just gonna push cat. Doesn't even matter what I put in this text box, it's gonna put cat. Okay, so let me change that back to string. Okay, so the thing is here, dot set versus this one's dot push. Okay, so let me show that, dot push. This will add to the bottom. So if I put like, I don't know, California. Okay, my data 2, California. Now if I put Oregon, okay, Oregon. So it's not replacing, it's adding. I put Arizona. Okay, so if that's what you want, how do you do it? Well, you can check here. Should be option 2. It's basically the same thing. You're just doing a, whoops, this is pulling data. It's right here. This is what we just went over with the set. This is replacing. And then the push is adding to the bottom. So if I look up here, it's basically the same thing. You have a placeholder, input TB2, add data is the function I'm calling. So if I go down here and find the add data, same exact thing. I'm just pulling from TB2 and then I'm pushing instead of setting to the database. Okay, the third option here, let's say you want like specific nodes for specific things. So let's say like Mr. Willis has his node and it says like Granada. Okay, and then I put in like, I don't know, Mr. Smith, and I put in excuse me, Mendenhall. Mr. Smith, Mendenhall. Okay, now if I put in Mr. Johnson, East Avenue, Miss Johnson. Okay, so if that's what you want for your project, how do you do that? Well, you can look at option 3 here. I'll show it here. Call that add node function. So the difference here is we've got TB3 and TB4, the 2 text boxes. So TB3 was the node, TB4 was the message, or the school in that case. So get element by TB3 by ID, new node. The string is TB4. And then you're just putting the node here. Instead of here, we had my data 2, right? You're putting a variable here This could be like username or something. And then you're pushing what the actual value is. That in that case was the school name. Okay, so that's all outlined here. This is, we already did this with the chat room, where if you want to send like multiple, where it would have like my data to, and then it would have like name and message, and then another name and message, just like we did in chat room. So that's a fourth option there. And then below this, once you get to pulling the data, there's two different ways you can do it. You can, this will, on any change in the node, it'll pull. And then this is if you have a list, more like this California, Oregon, Arizona, if you want to, kind of like the chat room one. Put multiple pieces of information together. Versus this is the more simpler one if you're just trying to pull like cat right here. All right, thank you.